Hey yo, hi, hello, how we doing? Just Canarum here. Appreciate you stopping by. But it's June 1st. I just got done eating Taco Tuesdays a day early, so I'm gonna walk around out here in the garden and show you what's going on. Let that food settle. Alright, some of you's asked about this garden, and mainly this is for you, Dad. That is the garden. The 4 Hugelkultur mounds. Oh, I got a few strawberries here in this original patch. I've been trying to clean it up and dig them up, transplant them into other parts of the property here. And this is the original blackberry patch. It's not doing all that great either. Yeah, there's a lot of jewel weed and some creeping Charlie is what I call this stuff. It pulls up pretty easy. It's a good mulch. Oh, it looks like I might even have a walnut tree in there. But here's a Hugelkultur mound. It's just kind of sitting there. There's a few watermelons and cantaloupes planted around the base. And this pumpkin over here. Some volunteer tomatoes. And then here is the main garden. Back over there, Strawberry Hill. And I guess let's start here with my peppers. This is my original mound. I'm going to say it's probably 4 years old. And this one here, I believe this is our 3rd season. But that's just sticks with some dirt piled up on top of it, leaves and grass. And then I threw strawberries up there. But we have a couple volunteer sunflowers that I found. I've been getting a lot of volunteer loofah right around here. I've been digging up and trying to transplant and kill off. Because I'm only keeping one in this garden this year. As you can see, there's some bell peppers, but we got a volunteer sunflower down here on the end. We have approximately 20 watermelons planted this year. About half of them are on this side of the mound and half on the other side, and a couple scragglers. We got these volunteers here. I believe they're going to be a pumpkin of some sort. Volunteer sunflower in the cage. And these peppers, they're having a rooting problem right now. They're coming along. The old leaves are falling off and the new leaves are coming on. So I went ahead and picked all the flowers off. Something got into this one and killed the bottom part, but we got one branch still alive. Like I said, all the old leaves came off and the new leaves are coming back on. Those plants are from last year. Now I got chopped up leaves in the beds for mulch so I don't have to weed. And this is grass clippings that I saved from last year. I pile it up there so it helps with the weeds as well. And at the end of the season I mix them all together and till them in. But these watermelons ain't doing bad. Then I got this big section where it's all going to be melons. So I got this laid out. This is how thick my rows are. I've got room for 2 more Hugelkultur mounds. Alright, here is what I call mound 3 and 4. So that direction is north. These beds run east and west. So I've got, as we can see just popped up here, cantaloupe. This whole mound is couple volunteer tomatoes. There's some random tomatoes come up throughout the last couple weeks. I got 4 cucumbers on the back, climbing up the fence there. I have cantaloupe a little bit of everywhere. Oh, mushroom. And then there's 2 bush beans in these 4 little piles here. If I remember right, I think I have like 20 cantaloupe and 20 watermelon. That one's not doing all that great, but up here it doesn't look like the cantaloupe popped up, but a tomato did instead. And I'm not quite sure what this is. It's some kind of a pumpkin or a gourd. This is a volunteer loofah. I transplanted it. I should have put it out into the edge of that. I've got some random stuff planted out there. I doubt if it'll come up, but we'll see. All right, so that is hill number 3. Now these mounds are about 3 foot tall. What I did was dug down about 3 feet wide and about 1.5 feet deep, and I put a bunch of rotted logs and stuff in there, and I buried it. Actually, matter of fact, we could probably see some logs sticking out of the end here. Right there, there's a log. This is just grass from last year. I let all the heat stuff go throughout the winter, and then I put it on in the spring. Now there is 3 potatoes. I really didn't plant this except for some cantaloupe. And then I threw in some mystery seeds, and they are a pumpkin or a squash or something. But we have 3 potatoes that are volunteers from last year. They do get a little bit of blight on them, but I don't use chemicals around here. These pumpkins or whatever these are doing pretty decent. So I ran out of grass, and this morning I was screwing around and kind of weeded this. But these cantaloupe are doing pretty decent. We got a volunteer tomato that I decided to save. Oh, check this out. I've got random tomatoes all over the place. Here's one. I dug up a few over here. There's another one. That kind of looks like a blackberry. But I got some random tomatoes just growing everywhere. And then, oh, you can't see them through all the junk there. One of these days I'll get a shed back. I just never put one back up since the storm blew over that other one. But I got 10 sunflowers. They were volunteers at my mom's house. We dug them up. And right behind these flowers here, these are a pole bean, but they're called asparagus beans. They're supposed to get like 18-inch long. And then that's the back side of the mound. I didn't plant anything really in this one. I'm not really wanting a big garden this year. So just melons and cucumbers and tomatoes. I might actually plant a couple zucchinis here, but I think the wife might be allergic to zucchini, so I don't know. I plant them and give them away if she can't eat them. All right, I appreciate you sticking around and watching my garden tour here on the 1st of June. And remember, smile while you still have teeth. Man, there's just like random tomatoes, watermelon. But just random tomatoes about everywhere.